So I'm reading in Deuteronomy, and forgive me, I have kind of a cough and stuff, but I wanted to talk about this just a minute. Moses is recounting to the Israelites as they're getting ready to take the promised land that God had told Abraham so many generations before that he would give them the land of Canaan. And what he's telling them is, as they went through in chapter 2, they went through one area, and God said, do not engage these people because this is not the land I've given you. Leave them alone. And so they obeyed and did not. They just passed through and paid for food and water as they went through. Then we go to chapter 3, and he says they turned toward Bashan, and Og, the king of Bashan, with his whole army marched out to meet them. And the Lord said, do not be afraid of him, for I have handed him over to you, and his whole army and his land. And then and it says that God gave into their hands the land, Og, king of Bashan, and all of his army. We struck them down, leaving no survivors. Took all of his cities. Said that they had fortified high walls with gates and bars. First thing I notice is that when God tells you to do something, it does not matter one little whit what anybody else says. You obey God, and when you obey God, you can expect his hand to move mightily on your behalf. And the Israelites saw this so many times that when they obeyed, they conquered larger armies. They conquered vast amounts for a small army that they had. The land that they needed, because God was with them. And so God told them, don't be afraid when you go in. This is a big army. There's lots of people, but I'm giving this land to you. So there isn't any fear.